Hey everybody, I made this little thing to hopefully help help you guys visualize interpolation. So this is supposed to represent what you'll see on, say, a frequency table. You might be given a frequency table and you've got your scores in one column here on the left, you've got your frequencies in another column and some other stuff, relative frequency, cumulative frequency. And then on the far right, you've got your percentiles or your cumulative percent frequency. And what you're asked oftentimes is either what's the percentile rank of a score, or what's the score associated with a certain percentile. So what I want to show you first is how to calculate this. What's the percentile rank of a score of 20? And we're going to use this frequency table. So what I like to do is set it up as equivalent proportions. And on one side, I put the scores, and on the other side, I put the percentile information, or the score information, the percentile information, because that's where it is on the frequency table. In the denominator on the score side, you have your known range. Okay, so known range of scores. We want a percentile rank of a score of 20, right? So on here, 20 is going to be between 19 and 21. And now's a great time for me to address this little column I've put on the side here. You're not going to have this column given to you on your frequency tables, but these represent the upper real limits of these scores. So 29.5, 28.5, as you can see. So to get 20, it's going to be between 21 and 19. And you can kind of imagine if you expand out these numbers, there's 20 in between, right? And 20 is associated with a percentile over here that we don't know. But we do know that it's between the 12th and the 8th percentile. So what we're going to do is put the known range, and that's this, what we know here, which is 21 minus 19, and we're going to use the upper real limits. 21.5 minus 19.5 is going to go here, because that's the known range of scores that 20 is going to fall between. The range given is going to be the range from the top of the known range to down to this given score of 20. So that will be 21.5 minus 20. Okay, we're solving for percentile rank. And then on this side, for the percentiles, we've got the known range, which is 12 minus 8. And then the range we need, which is this question mark here. And we do from the top of the range, top of the known range, 12 minus that question mark. Okay, so see the known range here, 12 to 8. The range we need, 12 to, we're going to say X, use X to represent the unknown. Oh, darn it, you guys can't see all that. And then when we calculate that, the way that we calculate that is just by solving for X. So that will be, and I've told you guys in class, but I do not trust myself to do simple arithmetic because I've been burned too many times. So that puts 1.5 over 2, equivalent to 12 minus X over 12 minus 8 is 4, I know, but like I said, things for us, guys. Okay, so to solve this algebraically, we're going to multiply both sides by 4. 4 times 1.5 over 2 on this side, and that leaves 12 minus x on this side. I'm going to add x to both sides, and that gives me an x on this side, and leaves the 12 over there. And then I'm going to subtract this term from both sides, which gives us x equals 12 minus 4 times 1.5 over 2. And then I'm going to solve that in my calculator. 12 minus 4 times 1.5 over 2. And that's 9. So that's the answer, 9. 9 is the ninth percentile is associated with a score of 20. All right, guys? And that makes sense because 9 is between 8 and 12. Cloud, stop it. That's my cat trying to push over my little makeshift video phone holder here. All right, so next, so that's one often thing that you'll see is they'll give you a score and they'll ask you for the percentile. Okay, the other thing they'll do is give you a percentile and ask you for the score. Okay, so back to what our table looks like, right? What is the score associated with the 25th percentile? This is a really common one. The 25th, the 75th, those are really common percentiles. Also the 90th or 95th. All right, so the score associated with the 25th percentile. So 25 is between the 28 and the 12. So that's the going to be our range. And then on the score side, the associated range is the 23 to 21, and we need to use the upper real limits, so we're going to use 23.5 to 21.5. And then to kind of visualize, right, if we expand that open, there's all these numbers in between here, and there's 25. And then there's a score over here that we don't know that's associated with the 25, okay? And this has been given to us in the problem. So the known range on the score side is what? It's this 23.5 because we're using the upper real limits. Whoops, that's got to go down here. Minus 21.5. We'll do that range needed last because that's going to be our, well, we can do it now. The range needed, right, is from here to here. So 23.5 minus, we're going to call that x. Okay, on the percentile side, the known range, which we're going to put in the denominator here, is 28 to 12. 28 minus 12. And the range given is 28 to 25. And then we solve that for x. Oh, whoops. Oh, sorry guys. It's a very small little window I have here to work with. Okay, so again, calculator. And here's this, so you can see it in a more legible form. Okay, so 23.5 minus 21.5 should be 2. So that's 23 minus x over 2 equals 28 minus 25 should be 3. And then 28 minus 12, can't do that as fast in my head, 16. All right, now to solve that for x, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2, which gives me 23.5 minus x on this side. The 2's cancel out, and then I have 3 times 2 over 16 on this side. Now I'm going to add x to both sides, which leaves my 25 all alone over here because the x's cancel out. And then on this side, we have 3 times 2 over 16 plus x. x. Then I'm going to subtract this term from both sides, which gives me 23.5 minus 3 times 2 over 16 equals x on the other side. Plugging that into the calculator, I get 23.5 minus 3 times 2 over 16. And that equals, whoops, x equals 23.125. So that's the answer. We're solving for a score. The score of 23.125 is the 25th percentile score. Okay, so there are a few other problems. Hopefully this visual of showing you how in between these ranges is where these numbers are that you're given, right? You're given a number that's hidden in between two of these numbers or two of these numbers, right? And then you're asked for the corresponding number on the other side. Okay? And the way that you can solve that is by setting up those proportions.